Hey, what's up, guys? This is Zeus5635 here, back in Astroneer, and if you look right here where I'm standing on my own little power farm. Now, little might not be the right word for it because I have a total of 40 medium batteries here. Now, I just got all this. I just put these last 20 in, and as you can see, we're in the new building update. So yeah, it made it really nice for the storage of these because I could put it way out here. This is basically my power farm. So I got just three big solar panels, two medium wind turbines, and then just a couple of little guys over here, but those don't really do too much. But I have all these, and then they're just hooked up to just stupid amounts of medium batteries. Now, this actually was not too hard to get. Basically, you only need a few things to get to this point, but you need to keep at it. Like, you basically just have to go to a certain planet and just mine like crazy, fill up your ship, come back, and just start cranking out batteries. So, what I would say, um, you basically just need to be at the part to where you have the large shuttle, or I guess the medium shuttle will work to you just can't move as much. So just get the large shuttle and the trade platform, and then just maybe a little bit of fuel for the shuttle just to get you to Arid and back. If you can get to Arid and back, then you should be fine. Because once you go to Arid, it has lithium and titanium. It has overabundances of both of those just on the surface. And now you can't really mine them without a drill because they have like the really deep deposits, the ones that you can't really get to unless you have the drill head or things like that. But there's a little like glitch in the system to where if you have the inhibitor mod right here, it does not let you dig through the ground at all. But if there's something on the ground, such as like some lithium sticking up out of the ground, you can pick that up and it'll harvest it without destroying the ground, and you don't have to dig up the entire thing. You just have to hook a tiny little piece of it and it'll collect that entire clump that was connected to it. You don't have to make huge craters like this anymore. It's really nice for collecting resources, but you can, for things like compound and resin, especially on Earth, you don't I wouldn't really use it because there's a lot underground that you can get to. But yeah, let me go ahead and just shoot over to Arid and show you guys. Alright guys, so here we are just in space right now. I just want to show you what Arid looks like. Arid is the very big, it's the one that's the same size as Terran, and it's just red. So it is nice that it is very big because that gives you a lot of landing spots, a lot of different places to get resources. You don't have just like three different spots like on like Barren or something like that. But here is Arid. You can't really see too much of it because of all my panels, but let's just pick a random spot. This guy right here. We'll fly on over there, just land on the surface, and I'll just show you guys what it looks like. So I would say at least have four like little capsule things of hydrazine to get here and back home. I filled it up with four, and it's about halfway from where it was whenever it's full. So glitch into the ground a little bit, let it render in, and there we go. Alright, so yeah, just make sure you have the inhibitor mod. If you do not have it, then this won't work. You got to get through there somehow, and it won't let you without it. Alright, so let's just hop around. There's not really much here. It's a pretty dead looking planet. Over there is a lot of, like I said, lithium, but there's also tons of titanium and tons of copper, all on the surface in giant deposits. This is the planet with the giant red spiky balls that like fly around and kill you and things like that. So that's not very fun. So I mean, try to avoid that. But as you can see right over there, we got some titanium. Titanium's a lot easier to see than lithium is because it's really tall like that. Lithium is way closer to the ground, but usually you can just wander around and just find deposits of them. And as you can see, there's a giant deposit of copper way over there. So yeah, if you just use the inhibitor mod, it does take a little bit of power, so I'd recommend like bringing like a small solar panel or something like that. But it doesn't really use too much power. And as you can see there, I just collected a titanium, and I got a little bit right there. So if I find another one, that'll be cool. But titanium and lithium makes this whole situation work. If you just get lithium, it'll work, but you'll have to trade away a lot of your lithium. If you get titanium too, awesome. Here's some lithium right here. This is what it looks like, just so you know. It's like a weird looking resin, basically. But if you get titanium, you can trade that away on the trade platform. And since it is one of the 2 rarest types of resources, like it's either titanium or lithium are the 2 rarest. So, I mean, that's why I have 4 oxygen tanks as well as the normal one, because, you know, I got a ton of titanium, and I feel like 4 is about right so that you can still hold a good number of resources, but also, you know, you have plenty of oxygen to be running around and collecting stuff. As you can see, here's another deposit of titanium. It's just everywhere, and you can go out farther. You can go into caves here, things like that. And then once you feel like, you know, the spot that you're at is like, you basically got everything from there, feel free to just hop on back into space. And then if you got enough fuel, I'd say definitely land at another spot and fill up. That's why I have so many medium storages on my shuttle right there, because if you fill them all up, I have 5 of them, which is the most, like, the biggest number you can have while still getting here by using the, you know, the seat right here. You can have 5 others, and if you fill them all up completely, each of them holds 8, and then, you know, that's just 5 times 8, which is 40, and then, you know, you just need 2 lithium to create 1 battery. So that'll give you 40 lithium if you just gather lithium. And so you'll have 20 batteries after 1 run. You can just pop back into arid and back off. Like, I can jump over to another spot if I wanted to, but I do not have enough fuel. So I'm going to go ahead and hop back over onto Terran in just a second. But I do have to go over to Radiated first because I do not have enough fuel. I don't actually think it'll let me get home. But let me see. I'll get back to Terran in just a second, guys. Alright, guys, so here we are. We just hopped back to Terran, and as you can see, I already have 4 lithium and 2 titanium. So I'm out of fuel now, and I don't have any more hydrazine, so I can come over here right over to the trade station, and then I would normally just trade titanium up there. And I mean, I'm not really going to use this lithium, so I mean, I could do that too. It's the same rarity, so it'll give you the same amount, but that'll get me 4 ammonium, which then I can just put into the hydrazine catalyzer, I believe, and then, you know, create some fuel and head back out there and just fill up all those platforms. And it took me a few trips to get the first 20, but after that, I was so stacked on other resources that it only took me 1 trip, and I doubled the amount of batteries I had. So yeah, basically it's just a cycle of going there. And also with a bunch of the titanium, I traded it for a bunch of resin, which obviously I use to make all the platforms. You can trade it for some copper, for some aluminum to make some like solar panels and wind vanes and things like that. Basically, the titanium is used for all other resources and expenses other than batteries, and then batteries are just, you know, the tons of lithium that you will definitely get. So yeah, you can, as you can see, I got here a bunch of ammonium. I can just put it in there, get some more fuel. Also, you can research the titanium. Each titanium gives you 2001 bytes. I think it takes like 22 minutes, something like that, each one, but I have 2 platforms there, and I have just about everything researched. I have a ton of bytes and things like that. I'm just fine now. I don't need really anything else. I don't need to be researching, but in my spare time, I'll just snap a couple on there and just research away. But yeah, no, I have literally 0 problems with power now. It doesn't matter like how big I get my base. Even with 20 batteries back there, I believe, like, I was working hard. I had things researching all throughout the night cycle. I was building all sorts of platforms for the next layer of platforms back there. I was building platforms, building like 5 or 6 of them. I was smelting things. I was creating new storage panels with the printer over here. I was just using the crap out of some energy, and I barely got through the last battery right as the sun was cresting the hill, and I was with 0 power for maybe about a second and a half, and then I was instantly back up to more power than I could ever need. And now I don't actually think I could run all of these batteries down, even if I tried. But this is just a nice little thing. Like if I plan to make this world like a really in-depth one, you know, building a lot, doing a lot of things, then I never really have to worry about power like ever, which is really nice. But again, this is way overkill. Like I did not even kind of need that much. But yeah, there you go, guys. That's basically just how you can get unlimited batteries and power in Astroneer. So if you guys like this video and you want more like it, keep it tuned here, and I will see you all in the next one.